Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Order of Battle Panzer. Oh my goodness, I keep messing that up. We're trying to get to Order of Battle Panzerkrieg, which is a DLC that takes Order of Battle to the Russian campaign of 1942 to 1943. It's the newest DLC out for Order of Battle. But what we're actually playing today is Order of Battle Blitzkrieg, and we are fighting Part 5 of this grand campaign with the view of extending it because Order of Battle Blitzkrieg and Order of Battle Panzerkrieg are linked up together so you can bring your core force from one to the other when you get there, when you get far enough in the war. Right now we are in the 5th video of this Let's Play series, and we are fighting the Battle of Warsaw. This is part 3 of the Battle of Warsaw. We have successfully encircled Warsaw, taking these exit objectives. So this is the eastern objective, this is the southeastern, and this is the northeastern objectives. All three are conquered by us. So the city itself is surrounded and doomed, but what we need to do now is weaken the Polish forces enough so that we win. If we go back here, we can see we've destroyed 31 enemy troops. We need to destroy 40. We have accomplished 2 of the secondary objectives, both defeating the Kutno counteroffensive and capturing the armored train. We are not going to go for the Modlin fortress, and we don't have any aircraft, any fighter aircraft. We have dive bombers, but we don't have any fighter aircraft, so we are also not going to do 30 damage to enemy aircraft. Nonetheless, I'm optimistic that we can hopefully wrap this up within the next few turns and win the battle decisively. We are on turn 21. We have 30, which we can fight through. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the battle. We're advancing up north here. We'll use our bombers against this anti-tank unit. Meanwhile, our dive bombers are focusing in on this bunker, which is guarding the western approaches to Warsaw. We've got some armored units here which are actually incapable of attacking right now because of something that I don't fully understand, this mechanic that I'm trying to grasp. So they're kind of worthless. We've got infantry here that can attack enemy cavalry, which they did successfully. The cav is not dead yet, though. As you can see here, they retreated east. And there you go. We just finished them off with an armored car. There's one enemy tank, which I think is a pretty decent tank here, but we just destroyed that one enemy unit. But there's an enemy tank not far off. I think we need to think about how we're going to deal with that. Meanwhile, in the south, we've already damaged this. I think it's actually an enemy artillery piece. We're moving our armor forward to continue. Shit. I would have really thought my armored car would have detected that enemy unit. But we just lost some pretty decent troops. They're engineers. Getting ambushed trying to take this Polish town. But hey, that's one more unit that we can focus on destroying, I suppose. So yeah, I think mainly we're going to approach Warsaw from the east. Probably not so much from head-on. Okay, these 2 units haven't moved. Oh yeah, haven't attacked him yet. Okay, so the enemy artillery is almost dead over there. I don't know if I know where 9 more enemy units are. Okay, that artillery can move south, I suppose. Close in on Warsaw itself. Infantry could use some reinforcements. We'll go with some cheap reinforcements. I'm not going to attack with the armored car this turn. That armor will remain where it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and end the turn. Okay, so the enemy's going to attack our pioneer troops, probably inflict some casualties on them, pretty heavy ones. And they do. 4 more casualties. That unit's really been bleeding. Our AI troops here with the white circle and the iron cross are not in our control. They're artificial intelligence controlled. Not very intelligent, if you ask me. They don't really do anything. They've attacked a couple of units and destroyed some units, but they're certainly not going to help us take any of our objectives. Enemy artillery here on the wrong side of the river is starting to be a bit of a nuisance as well. we're gonna go ahead and they're gonna lose a third of their experience, but we'll do it anyway. Just destroyed that unit. How do they run into a pillbox like that? Just like, oh, just out of nowhere, we had a unit in the exact adjacent hex. Ugh, this game sometimes. Alright, bring our artillery up. Darn, our dive bombers are almost out of fuel. They're going to have to pull back soon. But hey, we just destroyed that enemy pillbox, so that's good. Not sure what other enemy units are around there, but slowly reducing them. The armored car of ours doesn't look like it's going to lend any aid there, so let's pull them back and reinforce them. Should be able to finish, hopefully finish those guys off there next turn. Or ankle, not so much. Go ahead and see if we can suppress that bunker. Maybe with some strategic bombing. Force. That's it. Alright, we've got 8 more turns, a couple more units destroyed there. We're trending positively. I guess this video could be a mopping up video. We'll see how everything works out. They evacuated that town. Interesting. I don't know why they pulled out of a good defensive position there. Yeah, they're going to die, but they would have died anyway. So it looks like they're trying to escape to Warsaw itself. Polish bombers are getting better with experience. They just, well, actually, I guess they're just destroying a truck. Trucks are easy to blow up. So we're losing some unnecessary casualties due to enemy air dominance because I haven't built up a fighter force capable of doing anything. Enemy artillery, pillbox, air, everyone's ravaging these poor guys on this truck, this infantry unit. That's my own fault that they lost what they did. But they survived. They weathered the storm. Them again, so they're getting hit by, the bunkers getting hit by aerial bombardment, by artillery bombardment, being attacked by tanks, and they're destroyed. And they're gone. Okay, so mostly reinforced. Used some elite replacements, so we didn't totally lose all their experience. Enemy bunker here of only 1 strength. Let's deal with the enemy infantry first. They pulled out, so they're no longer in heavy cover, which can't attack with them. Well, I guess they're in heavy woods. You can't. It's so weird. And so we're gonna have to pull our Stukas north. You guys do anything? Can they bomb? I suppose they could bomb some of these guys. Pull north. Alright, I don't want to. Guys killed. Heavy infantry. There's some minefields there. There's an enemy artillery piece here. I'd like to destroy this fort and then kill this artillery. We should advance north and try and destroy this enemy anti-aircraft gun. That'll be a soft kill. About as soft as we can get. Recon. Oh, an enemy machine gun foxhole. Something we can attack. And destroy, hopefully. If we can destroy it, we can get another kill. We need 5 more. So really it's just a matter of finding the ones that do the least damage, I think. Probably not those guys. Alright, so we can switch them into mortar mode. They can bombard the enemy, but not actually attack. which is nice. We'll go ahead and end that. Maybe it softens them up a bit, I'm not sure. I don't think it makes them more vulnerable to a counterattack. Heavy infantry can be turned into mortars. And I don't think it makes you vulnerable to an attack by the enemy the next turn, because I'm pretty sure the way the game works is they're immediately back into their infantry formation. It's kind of like a hybrid. They're weak artillery relative to other types of artillery in the game, but they have more flexibility because of that. Okay, these air units are still a bit of a pain. I don't know where they're going to land. I imagine they're going to run out of something sooner or later. Yikes, 3 casualties. You can see the enemy infantry is also switching over to mortars. Need to destroy 5 more units. There's 1. There's 2. And 3. All right. Dive bombers are flying north back to their air base before they crash because they're going to run out of fuel. Artillery is somewhat suppressed. What do we have? 2 more, 3 more, 2 more units need to be destroyed. Not sure what that'll be. Suppose we could try and make it this anti-aircraft gun. But I think that about does it for this turn. Get these guys back up to full strength. Still got our HE. All right, yep, just those 2. 5 more turns, 2 more units must die. All units must die. Oh, thank you, AI. Please attack this guy. There you go. Helping us out a little bit. Okay. We're closing in on the final victory in Poland. Maybe bombers hitting our artillery over there, doing some kind of substantial damage. It's not the most success they've had all battle. I think we destroy this enemy artillery piece and this air unit, and then we win. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Really would wish our troops would hold their ground less stubbornly. I haven't issued any no retreat orders. So you should be willing to consider retreating rather than just dying for the sake of it. Go ahead and pull back. Alright, so that unit's destroyed. Man, our recon units are not very useful. For being recon, they're pretty bad at reconnaissance. Just stumbling into ambush after stumbling into ambush. I get that it gives you more flexibility because you can move twice as opposed to once or something. Land. There you go. So those guys are refueled. They should be ready to go in another turn. We still have 4 more turns left. So This anti-aircraft gun's gonna die, I think. And then the battle will be won. Go ahead and replace some of those casualties. And we've got a lot of command points that we haven't used, but this really hasn't been a Pyrrhic victory. It's been Pyrrhic in the sense that we haven't had extra money to build new units, but it hasn't been Pyrrhic in the sense that, you know, we've not really lost much in the way of casualties. And the units that we have fought with should have gained pretty substantial experience. The problem is we just haven't built any capital up. You can see their victory. Shortly after the fall of Warsaw and the Soviet invasion from the east, the war in Poland has come to an end. German forces are now redeploying to face the growing Franco-British threat. Okay. I don't know if that was a minor victory. Denmark Blitz. In a perfectly orchestrated cooperation, elements of the German Army, Navy, and Air Force have entered and occupied Denmark. Approximately 6 hours after crossing the border, the operation has been successfully concluded. Gained 5 specialization points. That's not enough to go down the off track, but we could go with War Economy, which gives us more command points. Frankly, we don't need more. Or Flight School, which gives our air units additional experience. New units, anyway. So that's what I'll do. I could have banked it and brought it forward. You can see here the next operation is the operation in Norway. Germany's vital access to Sweden's iron ore is constantly threatened by the British Navy. To deal with this concern, Operation Weserung, preemptive occupation of Norway, is set in motion. Okay, let's go ahead and save the game. Of course, we are the butcher. Kind of a clunky save screen because it throws in auto saves in there. Looks like a messy affair. Operation Weserung, whatever you call it. The operation of Norway. You can see here we're going to be attacking from 3 directions against Norway. It shows French and British forces as well. It doesn't show where they're going, but I think knowing history, they'll land in the north. They will be involved. Poland, the eastern part's partitioned. You can see here it doesn't really show the Soviet side of things because they're still neutral. But if it did, it would show these territories all part of the Soviet Union. It would show eastern Poland part of the Soviet Union. Right now it just shows the combatants. So we'll see how this all plays out. I hope that we win Operation Norway. But I think we'll do that in a follow-on video. This has been a really short video. I should have made the one before this, which was over 40 minutes, shorter, and then this would have been the right length. But in any event, it wasn't. I'm not going to touch the attack of Norway in this video. We'll cover that in the next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed part 5 of our part 5 of our Order of Battle Blitzkrieg. Part 3 of the attack on Warsaw ended in success, and the city has fallen. We now move on to the western offensives, starting with the operations in Norway. Until next time, guys, that's going to conclude it for today. But until next time, guys, that's the Historical Gamer, me, saying thank you for watching, and I'm out. Bye-bye!